Ladies and gentlemen, the gloves are off, and this time, it's not happening in the boxing ring. Tonight, the internet isn't talking about titles, medals, or championships. It's talking about tears, betrayal, and a voice that broke millions of hearts in real time. Claressa Shields, the undefeated queen of boxing, just had one of the most emotional public breakdowns we've ever seen. She went live, and what came out left everyone stunned. Through tears and frustration, she said, "Remy tried to end me." Her voice cracked, her tone shifted, and for the first time, fans saw her not as a fighter, but as a woman who'd been deeply hurt. Within minutes, clips from the live spread across the internet like wildfire. The moment she spoke those words, everything changed. People started asking the same questions. What happened between Claressa Shields and Remy Ma? Who betrayed who? And why does it sound so personal? It all began as a simple Instagram live. Claressa was chatting casually with fans, answering questions, laughing, sipping on a drink, the same confident, composed woman everyone knew. But underneath the calm smile, something felt different. Her eyes were heavy, her laughter forced. She was clearly holding something in. Then suddenly, she dropped the line that flipped everything. "Remy tried to end me." The live chat froze. Fans thought she was joking at first, but the look on her face told a different story. That wasn't a punchline, that was pain. Real, raw pain. The kind that money, belts, or fame can't fix. The internet went into overdrive. Hashtags like hashtag Remy vs Claressa and hashtag betrayal in the ring started trending. People dissected every word, every pause, every expression. Then, a leaked audio clip surfaced online, low quality, but clear enough to hear two familiar voices. One was calm and cold, allegedly Remy Ma. The other was emotional, cracking, Claressa. The two women were arguing. Not about boxing, not about business, but about loyalty and broken trust. Claressa accused someone of leaking private messages to blogs. You could hear her voice shake as she said, "I know who sent it. I know who made it viral." Then the other voice snapped back, "Don't blame me for your mess. You brought this on yourself." That's when the shouting began. Fans said listening to it felt like hearing a friendship die in real time. By the next morning, gossip pages had exploded. Blogs ran with headlines like "Remy betrays Claressa" and "Leaked audio exposes friendship fallout." Everyone had a theory. Some claimed Remy betrayed Claressa over a brand deal gone wrong. Others believed it was something deeper, a private argument that spilled into the public. Insiders soon revealed that their friendship had already been shaky for months. Rumor had it that the two clashed during a charity event in New York. Remy had supposedly promised to connect Claressa with a major sponsorship for a women's boxing campaign. But when the deal was finalized, Claressa's name wasn't on it. She allegedly felt used, like her name had been exploited for publicity without her getting credit or payment. She thought Remy was her big sister, one insider claimed. But instead, she got betrayal. By the time Claressa went live, she had already been holding back for weeks. People close to her said she hadn't been sleeping well, that she felt isolated, and that the industry had worn her down. So when she said those words, "Remy tried to end me," it wasn't for attention. It was a cry for help. Remy Ma's reaction made things even worse. 4 days, she said nothing. No tweets, no comments, no shade, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. The longer she stayed quiet, the more fans assumed she was guilty. Screenshots of old friendly posts between the two resurfaced, and people began calling them fake. Then Claressa posted a photo from her gym, gloves off, eyes red, captioned, "Even the strongest woman can break, but I'm still standing." Within hours, the post hit over 3 million likes. Celebrities flooded the comments, some offering love, others staying quiet to avoid choosing sides. But soon, more messages leaked, alleged DMS and text exchanges between the two women about money and loyalty. One message supposedly showed Claressa writing, "You used me. You said we were family." Remy's alleged response: "Family doesn't mean blind loyalty." The internet erupted again. Fans divided. Podcasts debated. People replayed every clip trying to figure out the truth. Then came the next twist, a second audio leak. This one was clearer. You could hear Claressa shouting, "You promised me that deal. You said my name was on it," and another calm voice replying, "You weren't ready." It sounded real, and people treated it like evidence. The clip reached over 10 million views in just one day. But something didn't add up. A few sharp-eyed fans noticed that the background sounds in the clip didn't match the supposed date. Some said the audio was edited, maybe even manipulated. That's when people started whispering that this entire drama might be engineered, leaked intentionally to ruin reputations. By now, both sides had hired lawyers. Claressa's management released a statement about protecting her mental health, while Remy's team warned that any false claims would face legal consequences. But it was too late. The internet had already made its judgment. Memes flooded social media. People made remixes out of Claressa's crying audio. Brands began backing out of sponsorships, afraid of the controversy. What had started as friendship drama was now a full-blown PR disaster. Then Remy finally broke her silence. She went live, no makeup, no glam, just her in a dark room. She said calmly, "I don't owe anybody an explanation. But I'm not letting anyone play with my name." She didn't mention Claressa directly, but threw serious shade, saying, "Some people confuse mentorship with motherhood. I don't babysit egos." The internet lost it. Half the audience called her a queen for handling it with class. The other half said she sounded guilty. Claressa later responded with a short clip, voice trembling, face half hidden. "When someone you trust more than family tries to bury you," she said, "you stop explaining and start surviving." That line alone sent chills through the internet. Now, the world is watching two powerful women, once close like sisters, torn apart by betrayal, rumors, and a media storm too big to control. What started as friendship has become a war of words, leaks, and heartbreak. And in this kind of battle, there are no winners, just lessons, scars, and silence louder than any punch ever thrown. You could hear everything in that recording, the pain, the anger, the fear. Then came the line that broke the internet. A voice that sounded like Remy said, "You'll regret crossing me." That single sentence became the quote of the decade. People replayed it endlessly, debating if it was real or edited. But no one really cared. It was too powerful to ignore. Right when it seemed like things couldn't get any worse, a journalist stepped forward with shocking claims. He said he had proof, actual emails, showing that a PR company working with both women had staged parts of the feud for publicity. If true, it meant this chaos wasn't all real. It was designed to keep people talking. But by the time that truth surfaced, it was too late. The fans had already chosen sides, and both women were emotionally destroyed. The morning after the full audio leaked, headlines screamed, "Remy threatens Claressa." Social media turned the fight into entertainment. TikTok edits, memes, late-night jokes, everyone cashed in. Behind the scenes, though, Claressa was breaking. Friends said she wasn't eating, barely sleeping, and felt trapped as millions watched her pain unfold online. Meanwhile, Remy felt attacked too. She reportedly told a friend, "They made me the villain overnight." Then the journalist dropped the receipts, time-stamped emails showing phrases like timed narrative conflict and dual audience engagement. Translation: someone had planned the drama to boost engagement. The internet froze. Were Claressa and Remy victims of manipulation, or had they both played along? Claressa finally spoke again, Tearful but calm, you can twist my story, but I still have my truth. Hours later, Remy posted, some fights aren't worth winning. Both women went silent after that. But the internet didn't stop. Fake AI videos, memes, and false leaks kept the story alive. In the end, both lost something real. Claressa lost her peace. Remy lost her privacy. And the audience gained one thing: another viral tragedy.